days. If you leave me a good, I swear. You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. My love in the thought of me. I am so obsessed. I want to never need it. Make I see you love. Yeah, my love. Make a bad man. I go spend. Talk all they want, I don't care what they say, cause your matter. Now in my con, they carry for my head every night. And you, I want it. No, don't tell me no. You can be my partner, never ride it solo, no. And we got lucky, no need to. I'm feeling what you're doing, no, yeah, baby, gotta go. Your body, they. Make I see you, now you where they got my fancy. Don't they do me, I keep banky. Oh, no. Or should I be early in the morning? Oh yeah, shake it, make it spend my money. Call me Mr. Bean, I go make you. Hey, give me, baby, make you give me. I go show you love and I go take you to my city. Don't need to make a look pity. You won't make a sing to me before you go see me. Fine girl, you know your body bad. Same body bad can make it for Ghana. Here, dance for me, baby, pana. Come and give me show.
The Pelicans know their fans will be fired up for tonight's action. And as they came into the building, the players were plenty fired up themselves. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, and thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Of course, the NBA has had some legendary trash talkers. But Damian Lillard says it's not really a verbal assault like it used to be. In this era, it's more gestures. From the watch your head to the too small or rock the baby to Trae Young's theatrical bows, players have their ways of sending a message. Kevin?
And the message usually received, DA, thank you. Here we sit right in the middle of the season, Brent, halfway through a long schedule. That's got to be a grind for these players.
Oh, yeah, these are the dog days, Kevin, and the thing that you want to do is make sure that you're continuing to come with that mentality that you want to improve. And there may be days where physically it's tougher. There might be days where mentally it's tougher. But those kind of players, all collectively put together, are going to end up achieving something in any given season.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Bogdanović out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Ivy. Then it's Bagley. And it's Hayes in at the 1. And for the Pelicans, running on the wing, they'll have Jones and Ingram. Out front, it's Williamson at the 4. And Valanciunas at the 5. And it's McCollum in at the 1 spot. Williamson from long range. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
More and more seeing the outside shot coming. Man, if Zion hits those consistently, he's unguardable.
Now here's Ivy. He's guarded by McCollum. Bagley with a screen on Jones. Here's Hayes, takes it inside, and Hayes throws it down.
And Hayes has that burst. That's something you got to be aware of. That's going to help him get some shot attempts off.
Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Hayes dishes to Bagley. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. The shot by Ivy, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Ingram. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson.
The awareness and the natural playmaking ability starting to show up in Zion's play.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Jones sends it back. They retain possession. Now here's Hayes. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The shot, no good. Good D by McCollum.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Some rookies take time to get acclimated to the NBA. But that was not the case with Herbert Jones.
Yeah, Herb started his second game in the league, and for a second-round pick to make that immediate of an impact is pretty rare in the NBA. He did play all 4 years of college ball, but he came in the NBA ready to rock.
And that one's good, Williamson.
This is a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Hayes the pass to Bagley. That 3 off the mark. Pelicans leading by 7. Here's Williamson. And the layup's good off the glass. Williamson's got 7 points in the game.
And some pinball action out there as defenders just bouncing off of Williamson on that play.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Hayes finds Bogdanović. Shot clock at 6. Stewart passes to Ivy. Lets it go with the 3. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. The Pelicans have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Here's Ingram. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. The story from beyond the arc. Here's who's leading in that category across the NBA. Brandon Ingram 4th.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Williamson, he goes big at the time right over Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah, looks like Zion's got the stage all to himself there, just tearing down the rim.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now, here's Ivy, defended by Jones. Here's Bogdanović. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. And it's the Pelicans' ball. They're on a 15-4 run right now. From 20 feet out, again, the Pelicans score.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
moment to check out the stats for Bogdanović. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's getting around 20 points per, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Pistons trail by 13. Here's Hayes. 17 points in his last outing, and they'll keep possession. And they get it. Nice jump shot. Good. Hayes has got his second bucket.
Hayes working off the ball, some nifty footwork to get himself set up for the J.
And Brent, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons. Missing the playoffs over the recent stretch. Not what this franchise is really used to.
Now, they've only made the postseason twice in the last 13 seasons, and of course, in the early part of the century, they rattled off 8 straight appearances, including that championship in 2004 that upset the Lakers. So, still looking for a return to relevance, but they made some great moves in the draft. They may be on their way.
Now here's Hayes. Bogdanović missing his last shot. Here's Jones. Bagley with the block.
Don't want to go inside with the height and reach of Marvin Bagley around.
McCollum against Bogdanović. Now the pass to Hayes. Williamson with the block. And he recovers it. Detroit, no good that time either. And here's Valanciunas. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. The drive by Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
And the Pistons with possession here. The Pelicans make their last shot. Now, here's Ivy. He's guarded closely. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. And there's Williamson on the assist by Jones. Williamson's got 15.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
And here's Ivy. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
You can feel the presence as Valanciunas gets himself in the right spot.
On the basket by Jones. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooters.
Well, one thing that's noticeable is just tremendous energy from everybody, and they put that into their transition play, and all that hustle is paying off.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for Valanciunas. Then for the Pistons, Duran comes in for Marvin Bagley. And it's Joseph in for Hayes. New Orleans on D. Now Joseph, right now averaging about 5 points a game. Stewart a screen. Here's Ivy. Pass to Stewart. 6 to shoot. Tries from 10. Lets it go. Pelicans pull it in. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And it's just never easy to get stops in this league, but they had a smart game plan defensively, and I felt like that was the difference.
Well, good defensive game plan and then carrying it out for 48 minutes. That really helped them out in that last game.
Here's Joseph following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Detroit, no good that time either.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
For 3, Ingram. And that one is off. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Pistons trailed by 19.
And with Ivy, he gives you the physical traits you want at guard. Long, strong, athletic, lots of upside.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Pelicans. So for the Pistons, Kevin Knox is checked in for Stewart. Bay comes in for Bogdanović. And it's Burks in for Ivy. Pelicans leading by 19 points. Here's McCollum. Bay pulls it in.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And that one drops.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
And here's McCollum for 3. Detroit with the rebound. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Well, it would have been really nice to get that win on the road, but no team ever happy with the loss. Put up a good fight. They had nothing to hang their heads on after that one.
And there hasn't been anything easy for them in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
His three-pointers off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Passes to Hayes. Kicks it out to Williamson. Here's Ingram. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. That's now 8 points for Brandon Ingram.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here's McCollum. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. McCollum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Stolen by McCollum, and now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Count it. McCollum's got his third bucket of the night.
Now, CJ with great hands there, and that steal is going to lead right to that kind of transition.
Joseph the pass to Bay, and Jalen Duren picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Substitution on the court.
Pelicans leading by 18.
And guys, things are looking up in New Orleans. The extension for Zion Williamson reflecting his commitment to this young core, and with the 8th pick and Dyson Daniels, that the Bells added to their bevy of young wing defenders, they're building a team to contend.
Here's Duren following the score by New Orleans. Drives to the hoop. Joseph the pass to Duren, and Duren slams it in.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Shot from the wing. Rebounded by the Pistons.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
In the corner, Bay with it. Good on the three-point shot. Bay's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Detroit.
Now that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass. Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Pelicans leading by 15. Here's Alvarado. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Now, here's Burks. He's covered by Daniels. Burks kicks to Joseph. In the corner, Bay with it. Another three for Detroit.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
New Orleans is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Alvarado, and it's denied. Stolen away. And there it is for him. Alvarado's got 6 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Down low, got a piece of it. It's stolen by Nance. Here's Murphy. Joseph with the rebound. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. It's a 16-point game.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Burks with it. 14 points from him the last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
Second team foul.
The Pistons shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Free throw good. Burks. And Burks hits 2 free throws. 12 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Alvarado. Bay pulls it in. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so, guys, it's Zion Williamson making things happen for the Pelicans. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. To have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Pelicans have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
They've got Jonas Valanciunas. Ante Graham is out there with Larry Nance. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Diallo. Now here's Hayes. Pass to Bay. Back to Hayes. Stewart with the screen on Graham. Magnificent rejection.
More of this from Larry Nance Jr. rising up and tossing that one away.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way. Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story. Ingram, he's checked in for Larry Nance. And Detroit with a change here, too. Bogdanović, he's checked in for Bay. The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, a seasoned veteran now that you basically can count on as a double-double guy, even in limited minutes. Really does a great job of patrolling the paint.
Now, here's Bogdanović. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the pass to Stewart. To the left wing. And Noel kicks to Diallo. 5 to shoot. To the inside. Here's Hayes. That one misses. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They led the game at one point by 20.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Pass to Bogdanović. Back to Hayes. Poked away. And now the Pelicans on the break. Here's Valanciunas. Another one falls for New Orleans.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Now here's Hayes. He's guarded closely. And it's Stewart, top of the key. Back to Hayes. Passes it to Stewart. It's Bogdanović on the wing. Pass to Stewart. Looking to end the run. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
The coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. New Orleans making some changes here. Herbert Jones, he's checked in for Daniels. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Devontae Green. Then for the Pistons, Marvin Bagley's checked in for Nerlens Noel. And Ivy subbed in for Hayes. Outside, Bogdanović. Diallo the pass to Ivy. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Pelicans. I think people underestimated the Pelicans last year. They had such a tough start to the season, but still were able to make it to the playoffs.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And the basket by McCollum. Unfortunately, the Pelicans did make a first-round exit in the postseason game.
In a series they took to 6 games, but yeah, it couldn't put together that deep run. Maybe this year things will be different.
And looking at Marvin Bagley, the third, a skilled forward, Brent, who has struggled to stay healthy.
Back in 2018, Bagley was selected number 2 in the NBA draft. So he finds a way to stay healthy and gets into the right situation. Maybe some of those doors to his talent start to open up.
The first one falls.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
Corey Joseph's checked in for Diallo. He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, the Pistons for years have been just chasing away to try to get into the postseason, and felt kind of like a rebuild, but here we are. They've assembled a real promising core of young talent.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Now here's Ivy, defended by Jones. Stewart passes to Bagley. Pulls up. Ivy with the bucket. Ivy's got 4 points in the quarter. They have. And the Pistons' win percentage last season about the same as the year before. But, Brent, that doesn't tell their whole story.
I appreciate that, Kevin. To provide some context for the Pistons, lots of injuries and COVID-related issues held them back. When they had help, they were close to a 500 team. So, being young, being hungry, the squad is looking to take the next step.
Shot by Joseph, no good.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Jones, no luck. And so it's Bogdanović who brings up the ball for the Pistons. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Duran, he's checked in for Isaiah Stewart. Duran the pass to Bagley. Bagley sends a screen for Joseph. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Bagley with a nice job of surveying there.
New Orleans leading by 22. Here's McCollum. Buries it down low. McCollum's got 12 in the game.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
He takes it in, and McCollum with the slam.
C.J. McCollum can go from second gear to fourth gear and back to second gear. A defense's nightmare.
Bagley with a screen on Jones. Here's Valanciunas. Detroit with the rebound. Here's Ivy. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Joseph, the pass to Ivy. Back to Joseph. Just 5 to shoot. Kicks it to Ivy. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Well, for New Orleans, shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. And it's Jones. That's on the assist by Murphy. 6 points for him. Pistons have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Ivy passes to Joseph. They set the pick. Now, here's Ivy. Takes a 3. Detroit, no good that time either. On offense here are the Pelicans. Here's Jones, and it's New Orleans scoring again. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now, here's Ivy. He's covered closely. What a terrific move that was. Ivy's got 6 in the quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And the shot is good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside for Bagley. Joseph against McCollum. From 13, and the shot goes in.
6'11", showing he's got a J. Marvin Bagley can be an offensive problem.
Here's McCollum. Good on the baseline J. McCollum's got 16.
Seemed to be laying in the weeds there in the first quarter, but now we're seeing him come out, put all the cards on the table, ramp it up.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Timeout for New Orleans.
Different look here for Detroit. Bay comes in for Bogdanović, and it's Burks in for Ivy. Here is Joseph. No points in the game yet for him. Inside, taken away by Hayes. Right side, Jones. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Jones. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And the Pistons making a change here. Knox is checked in. And so Jones nails both of them. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. Williamson, the pass to Hayes. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now Burks. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Over Jones. Lets it go from the wing. Knox misses.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Ingram. He trains the quick shot. Ingram's got 12.
No one's stopping Brandon Ingram when he's in that pull-up game. He's just too long.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Joseph, the pass to Burks. There's the pass to Duren. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bay passes to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Bay continuing to improve in the pick and roll, especially as a handler, so his teammates better Bay watch.
The baseline J, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. He's got 18.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Driving inside. Joseph, he hits it from 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Williamson left side. Rebound, Detroit.
Well, next time he should do a better job, I think, of getting balanced and set up his feet. That just throws your body way out of whack and hurts your percentages.
Now, here's Joseph. To the right side. Here's Knox. They get it again. Second chance shot. Launches it. Trains the three-pointer.
The offense is going to get a little bit more lethal with Knox being able to hit that.
Can he keep it going? And Ingram with the basket on the assist by McCollum. 14 points for Brandon Ingram. Detroit's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Joseph, the pass to Bay. Offline with his 3. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. That one goes in.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
McCollum against Joseph. Pass to Bay. From the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Bay's got 14 points.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Good on the bucket.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Joseph against McCollum. And Joseph kicks to Bay. Pass to Duren. Over Williamson. Back to Bay. Shoots from 12. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And Bay, because he has that shooting ability behind the three-point line, he can put points up in a hurry.
Here's Jones. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Bay. Over Ingram. Bay, no good.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
And slammed up by Ingram.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick. .105
left in the first half of the game. Joseph looking around. There's a good screen. Here's Burks. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. Here's Jones. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Bounce pass, Joseph. Burks for 3. It's rebounded by Hayes.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
These are the kind of indications that the league is worried about if you're an opponent, and you love it if you're on his team. Zion taking over and doing damage.
So it's the Pistons now. The Pelicans make their last shot. The pass to Bay. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Knox. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Williamson in the post. The shot, no good. And so it's New Orleans going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Joined by Dwayne Casey. Tough time protecting the paint so far. What has to change there?
You got to get square. You got to get your body in front of him, contain. You got to live with something, but most of all, you got to get your body in front of him and contain. You got to have a body in front of him.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our midseason Eastern Conference standings.
Look at Detroit. They knew it was going to be a tough year, and I got to say it's been hard to watch them fight, looking through all these challenges. You hope they're learning something out there. Challenging times for the franchise.
And now, looking back on that first half, things were really clicking out there for the Pelicans.
Tremendous job finding the big dudes and letting them work. Great physicality, and it ain't all about the three ball, is it, big fella?
Nope, elbows are on the way.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Marvin Bagley is up there with Isaiah Stewart. Then there's Hayes. Then there's Bojan Bogdanović. And it's Ivy in at the 2. Hayes with it. Jones covering. Spins. Feeds to Bogdanović. Bagley the screen. Here's Ivy. No good on the triple.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Jones, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Pelicans shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Here's Hayes. Outside, Bagley. Now, here's Ivy. Defended by Jones.
And you can see that quick twitch athleticism. Ivy is likely to spend a lot of time at the line in this league.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
And that one falls for Ivy.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jaden Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
Good on both. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. And another three for New Orleans.
He really stopped short on that one. The poise, the body control of McCollum, especially evident there when he pulls up.
And the way C.J. McCollum, Greg, can get a shot up while moving. That's a big part of his game, isn't it?
Yeah, very few players can shoot as well as McCollum on the run. Applies for his pull-up jumpers or when he's falling out of bounds. McCollum, one of the best in the league at it.
Here's Williamson after the basket by Detroit. It's good on the putback.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Hayes the pass to Bogdanović. Now here's Stewart. Outside Bagley. Here's Hayes. Misses the three.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
That one drops for him.
Brandon Ingram showing some toughness that time. That's a strong finish.
Hayes the pass to Bogdanović. From outside, off the mark.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Yeah, letting it drip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And as incredible as Zion Williamson has been and is, the big problem, Greg, is keeping him ready to play. His health.
And there have been all sorts of opinions chiming in on whether he can play at a high weight. But the bottom line is something needs to happen to keep him healthy. He's lost too much time early in his career. And there had been so much talk about Zion wanting out of New Orleans. That was all put to rest this past summer. Zion signing a loaded extension to keep him with the Pelicans for the next handful of years.
Now, here's Ivy. He's got 8. To the middle. To stop the run. Rejected by Ingram.
Ingram has that length to still be an effective shot blocker.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Bagley against Valanciunas. The three from McCollum. Trains it from beyond the arc. McCollum's got 24.
They have a good plan going right now. They're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Now here's Hayes. And it's good, 2 points. Hayes has got 6.
And for Hayes, that floater is going to become a big-time weapon. You're not able to get to the rim all the time at his size.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And they might be down big, but you'd love the mentality he has to go at defenders and just keep attacking.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. In recent years, the NBA has opened several international academies. Commissioner Adam Silver says huge numbers of people are playing basketball, but unless you take the best at a young age, get them facing elite competition and training under high-pressure circumstances, they won't develop into NBA-caliber players. Kevin?
Well, opening doors, David. That's always a good thing. Expansion. Thank you. Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Noel's checked in for Detroit. Diallo comes in for Bogdanović. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And stolen by Diallo. Passes it to Hayes. Back to Diallo. Wide open look. Yep, that one goes in there. Diallo's got his first points of the night.
Killian Hayes is a PG, and he's got vision, so you get open, he'll find you.
And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Soft leaner with no one there to contest. Probably made it a little more difficult than he had to.
That's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
Pistons ball.
And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for C.J. McCollum. Pass to Ivy. And he finishes nicely on the layup. 12 points for Jaden Ivey.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in there.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is, they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
So it's the Pistons now. The Pelicans make their last shot. Here's Ivy, and there's another one for the Pistons.
Too smooth from the mid-range. Defenders can't let Ivy get comfortable from there.
And the basket by Murphy.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Hayes, bounce pass. Ivy with the bucket.
And this young guy, Ivy, is doing anything he wants right now, dominating in effortless fashion.
Alvarado passes to Nance. Over Stewart. Off target on the outside leaner. Detroit's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Hayes dishes to Ivy. Inside, Stewart. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Alvarado, and it's blocked. Now Now here's Hayes, guarded closer. Over to the left wing. Wing shot on the way. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Alvarado. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Alvarado's got 10 points.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Here's Hayes. Knocks down the 3-ball. He's got 9.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
New Orleans gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Detroit's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. To the paint, here's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And, well, Detroit shooting it beautiful here in the third, 56% from the field. The shot by Ivy, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And for the Pistons, they're shooting for the game at 42%. He's with it. 9 points in the game so far. Now, here's Stewart. Here's Ivy. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Yes, that goes in. Murphy's got 4 this quarter.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Ivy passes to Hayes. Here's Stewart. Here's Ivy. 16 points for him. Back to Stewart. Shot clock at 5. Detroit, no good that time either. New Orleans gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Here's Valanciunas. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Hayes up top. And there's the pass to Diallo. Down low, here's Ivy, and the rejection by Valanciunas. And he gets it back, and they're able to recover. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now at the moment here, let's take a look at our rookie leaderboard and who's putting up the most points per game. You look at Ivy, 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Some changes for New Orleans. Hayes comes in for Larry Nance. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Daniels. Then for the Pistons, Duran, he's checked in for Stewart. Bay comes in for Ivy. and Alec Burks subbed in for Hayes. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Noel. New Orleans has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. The offensive rebound, Valanciunas. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
It's so hard to move a mountain, trust me. Major damage on the boards being done by Valanciunas.
Here's Duren. Second shot opportunity. Tries yet again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Duren's got 10 points.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Graham with the bucket.
And Graham keeping it simple that time, just taking the mid-range J. That's what the defense gave.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Pistons. Pass to Bay. Oh, that's blocked. And now the Pelicans on the break. And Graham throws it down hard.
And it's all about the speed from Devontae Graham. You can't catch what you can't see.
Burks the pass to Bay. Out left to the wing. Diallo has the open look. Oh, good with the triple. New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Here's Murphy. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And here's Diallo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Bay. And the layup is good. 18 points for him.
Ending up with a close look. That's a great trip down the floor from Saddiq Bey.
Here's Hayes. Rebound, Detroit. Duren's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Burks the pass to Diallo. Burks looking around. That one doesn't go. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Here's Murphy. Rebounded by the Pistons. Now Diallo. 1:21 left in the third quarter. It's tipped. Diallo against Valanciunas. Got that bucket in no time at all. Valanciunas has got 10 points in just the second half. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And not to mention they're playing with great activity. A lot of block shots, good hands, active hands, nothing easy for the opposition.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot off him.
And Duren slams it in.
Oh, nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Now here's Bay. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go.
And that's a nice pass from Bay, willing to do whatever he can to help his team.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's Graham missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Burks with it. He has 6. Over Murphy. Got a hand on it. Pulls up, high post, what a play, simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And so it's New Orleans with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. New Orleans has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. They've got Jackson Hayes. He's out there with Larry Nance, and it's Graham in at the 2. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Now here's Diallo, and he comes up with the deuce.
6'4" Magruder out there, comfortable on the inside, had enough room to get that one to go.
Here's Hayes. The shot's good on the assist by Daniel. Hayes has got his first bucket in this one. Now here's Joseph. Here's the lob to the hoop. Here's Alvarado. Hayes trying to break free. Again, the Pelicans score. Here's Magruder. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Knocks the pass to Joseph. Off target with his 3. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And it's Graham missing.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Joseph, the pass to Diallo. Here's Magruder. A three-pointer off the mark. The Pelican shooting has been just outrageous. 64% from the field to this point. And the dunk by Graham.
Once Graham spots the opening, he is off and running and trying to beat the defense down the court with his speed.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And now Daniels pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Rebounded by Knox.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Outside, Joseph. Joseph sets a screen for Diallo. 13 feet away. The rebound by Nance. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, Daniels. The shot misses. And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. To the inside. Hayes with the steal. New Orleans gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the shot goes down.
Moving it around. 8 of the last 10 coming off assists.
For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Magruder passes to Knox. Nice ball movement by Detroit. That's tipped. Here is Daniels for 3. Joseph with the rebound.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
Passes to Diallo. Can they get it? And Noel throws it down hard.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Graham. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Diallo. Back to Joseph. Brent, we've seen star players continue to angle their way onto what some would call super teams. Is that good or bad for the league?
I think at some point that's going to probably play itself out. I mean, every organization, Kevin, quite frankly, is looking for the best talent they can. So if you could pile up 3, 4, 5, you're going to do it. But at some point financially, it just doesn't make sense. So I think there's going to be a time when you're going to see that dissipate a little bit as teams put themselves together.
Here's Nance, and it's off the back rim, no good. For Detroit, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. And Joseph kicks to Diallo. To the middle. Here's Magruder. Graham with the rebound. Here's New Orleans. Big stretch here going 10-2. And the Pelicans miss again. And, well, Detroit shooting 39% from the floor at their best. Here's Joseph. Here's Magruder. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And looking at the Utah matchup, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
So it's the Pistons now. Some room here for Diallo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Diallo. Hernan Gomez is checked in for the Pelicans. Marvin Bagley's checked in for the Pistons. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, C.J. McCollum.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. And here's New Orleans now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Hernan Gomez trying to break free. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, beating everybody to the ball, Willie doesn't always get his number called, so he's got to put in the extra work and find these efforts on the offensive glass.
Here's Magruder. The Pelicans make their last shot. Back to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. There's the pass to Hernan Gomez from 13, and he drops that one in.
Still young and still developing, but I like this mid-range area for Willie Hernan Gomez.
The Pistons shooting 39% from the floor, at their best. Joseph, the pass to Bagley. The shot's good.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
New Orleans gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. No good from Hernan Gomez. The Pistons shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Here's Magruder. Cans it from downtown.
Well, Magruder right now feels like he's in the zone when he gets shots like that to go.
For three, Nance. The basket is good off the assist from Graham.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now here's Noel. Here's Knox. The NBA announced its 75th anniversary team last year, Brent, with a lot of fanfare attached to it. What'd you think of the list?
I thought the list was pretty good. You can always argue a few guys should have been on it, and it's probably a tough pill to swallow for current guys who have had tremendous careers to this point. Guys who have played 8 or 9 years that didn't maybe make this particular list. I'll tell you this, Kevin. In 25 years, there'll be another list.
Now, here's Joseph. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Magruder. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Magruder's got 8 points in the quarter.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game. And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Joseph, the pass to Bagley. It's deflected.
It's not with extreme athleticism that Willie gets to that shot, but the anticipation and the timing, those help.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. So for the Pelicans, Murphy's checked in, and it's Ingram in for Devontae Green. Diallo's checked in for the Pistons. Alec Burks comes in for Joseph. New Orleans got in the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Pistons. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Pistons shooting not great, 40% for the game. Driving to the basket. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Temple. And Murphy kicks to Temple. And the Pelicans miss again. And, well, Detroit shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Burks finds Bagley. Out to the right wing. Here's Diallo. Goes up again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Bagley showing his feel right there for the game and that particular play.
Marvin Bagley, the third, taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Greg, you think of everything that goes into making it to the NBA as a player. Did it come easy for you, or was it all work?
It's easy, really, to overlook the grind, but when you love the game, all those hours in the lab don't feel quite like work. At least not until you start getting a little longer in the tooth.
And so Bagley nails them both. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
Hard for opposing teams to box out Nance because of all the activity that Larry Nance Jr. has. Plays alive on every possession.
And the Pistons with possession here. Burks the pass to Bagley. Pistons keep it alive. And for the Pelicans, they're shooting around 37% in the fourth quarter. The minutes starting to wear on them. Ingram. Rebounded by Knox. Knox has got 7 rebounds in the game. Driving in. It's blocked.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Three-pointer, Daniels. No good. And Detroit the other way now. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Works for 3. Carries it from three-point range.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Here's Ingram. Plays it up and banks it in. Ingram's got 24.
And this is why you just don't want Ingram to establish that kind of deep position on the interior.
Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Temple. And the 3 off target. The Pistons shooting 39% from the floor. At their best. Passes it to Burks. A 3 ball. That shot missing. And New Orleans will come the other way. From 17 feet out. Nance, no good. The Pistons shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Pass to Burks. Right side Bagley. From about 16. Good on the jump shot. Bagley's got 6 in the quarter.
Showing he has confidence from that area to do some damage.
Murphy can't hit. And here are the Pistons now. And here's Burks. The pass to Diallo. Three-pointer on the way. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
And so it's Detroit with the ball.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pelicans.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
And Willie Green wants a timeout. Seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The shot's good from Hayes.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here. Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Here's Nance, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
A good job rebounding there. Nance Jr.'s combination of size and speed, and of course that athleticism, all helping out.
First team foul. At the line for New Orleans, Larry Nance Jr. At the line for one.
That free throw good from Nance.
Well, Larry Nance Jr. came into the league, and a lot of talk about his dunking prowess. But really, Larry Nance Jr. knows how to play the game and is building on that potential.
Now Burks. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of controlling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. There is a better game, there is a worse game, but, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.